It was totally muted. I muted it earlier when I was recording something. You know what? I did that on purpose because I knew... I don't know. I can't really think of things to make up right now. But welcome in. You know what? I wouldn't worry about it, okay? Let's move on. We've all been there. Who here hasn't muted themselves on complete accident? Like every third time that they stream, right? Okay, let's get moving. Almost got it all set up. Come on. Okay, good enough. How you know what build this is? Fireballer? Sure, why not? Welcome everybody. Sorry, I didn't get around to shouting everybody out today. Trying to get going here. And struggling per usual, am I right? Oh, this is not dealing as much damage as I would have liked it to, but that's alright, I guess. Statue, of course. Can't believe those aren't capped out yet. Let's see. Lackey, welcome in. I seen Mr. Poop was the first in here. What's going on, Marty? Gold Magic Fine, Lola Gator, Eagles fan. What is going on, everybody? Anton, welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, Wicked Ball? Yeah, good old Sweet Phil muted once again. I mean... Yeah, I feel like this would be faster with Blizzard, but you know, it is what it is. Do I really want to respec at the moment? I don't think so. Doomverse, welcome in, Yo-Yo. No Detroit merch. I mean, how much Detroit merch do you think I got? Chibrin, I think? Yeah, not every day. Not every day. I have black tank top on today. Who doesn't love a black tank top, am I right? Well, I would like to respec though. That's gonna be straight up. Might even be worth it. Whoops. Okay. I thought I messed him up. I think I might do it actually because it's so much slower. I think. Maybe it's just because I don't have the best gear over here. We'll find out in a second though. Ah. We're at minus 100. Man, why did I think I used to have... I don't know what Mephisto's resistance is at. Let's go like this. I forget. I don't have Infinity yet. What do I even have on the Merc here? Insight? Oh, misplay 6 different times in a row. Oh, I don't have my stuff quite set up right. There we go. Yeah, Blizzard is so much faster on Mephisto than Fireball. I mean, if you have perfect gear, it works fine, but... Happy Canada Day, Bams? Yeah, I suppose any Canadians out there, or... Well, I guess you don't have to be Canadian to celebrate Canadian Day, I suppose, but... Happy Canadian Day to everybody, I suppose. Double statue, okay. This is another one we're gonna have capped at 99 in like no time here. Oh, hitting the wrong buttons. Maddox Corlix. At least I got one of the Mephisto statues too. Or the Duriel ones, I mean. Huh, I don't even know what I have this players count this is on either. Jumped in too fast. 3, we'll be fine with that. Yeah, it's not perfect. They must not... people click on videos and they don't even watch them. And they don't even hear what I'm talking about. I specifically said in the intro of the video, this was my perfect. Exactly what I want to use. Not what everybody else is. I said there was a ton of other options. Oh! That didn't even register at first. Hold up. Nice. You don't expect high runes usually when you're farming Mephisto. When you're farming Mephisto. But we got her. Ooh, love it. Ah. But yeah, I'm specifically like, this is my perfect. This is the way I like to set it up. And yeah. That video has like 180 comments on it. Just out of like, when usually a video has like, it's like 30. Just people arguing back and forth. And no, actually, didn't you know that, you know, what, yeah, it's just crazy. Okay. Didn't you know that actually -4 cold damage doesn't really help as much as the +8 cold damage on this and this, and then if you swap out this other piece of gear, it's already been settled science. Don't you already know this, God, you noobs? And I'm just like, oh, why are these people like this? Oh my gosh. You just recommended me take off all magic find for my character, for my Holy Grail character. You want my Holy Grail character to have no magic find? What are these people talking about? And they're so insistent that they're right. And plus, this is my perfect build, not yours. This isn't the perfect one for you to use because the way you want to use it is for me. Ah! Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. See, Marty held back. He wanted to comment, but he wanted to comment and tell me how dumb I was, but he didn't do it, right? He held back. He just threw up on his keyboard, and in silence, he cleaned up the vomit off his keyboard. And oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, I don't have a Geeds Grand Charm in here, so this could be a Geeds, actually. I wasn't paying attention. Now I don't know what it is. Sunder or Geeds? Let's find out. I don't even have one in here on accident. Latent Bone Break. All right, little Sunday. Ain't mad about it. I'll up this after the Mephisto run here. Check out is this ethereal? Nah, we don't worry about it. Let me double check something real quick. I think I messed something up. I did not, never mind. Okay, alright, a little Sunday. I forgot to grab my Geeds too, so but that's whatever. Got another Bone Break. Dibs. Ha! I'll give it to you on offline single player. Genki, what's going on? What's up, Race there over on Twitch? And Yuki, you've been farming for a fizzy Sunday? Well, best of luck. Hopefully you get one pretty soon. I've been hunting for Ogre axes for decades now. Hunting for that 3 to bone spear, 2 sockets. Been taking a while. So, like, I'm assuming you're talking about a wand. I would assume wand. Not the necro head with 2 sockets and the 3 to bone spear in it. Okay, couple statues. Yeah, they probably need to turn down over under on the chance that they turn down the statue drop rates next season. Boy, I'm exhausted and out of breath already. Oh, Fred! Thank you so much for the 47 months.
Wait, what? Hit like, subscribe, printer, American football, United States.
Thank you so much for the 47 months. You slayer, Fred. Appreciate you. American football? Printer? I feel like it's still pronounced United States with like as if it was a question mark afterwards, you know? I'm Ron Burgundy? Bam said he feels like online and single player have different drop rates for things. They don't, but I mean, it's just drops in D2R or in Diablo 2 in general are so like random. RNG, you know, they're just so random that it's like impossible to draw conclusions on anecdotes unless it's like stuff that drops kind of regularly and you play like a ton. Destroying him with that Blizzard. Yeah, Blizzard works really good against Mephisto here. All that minus res from the Cold Mastery. Legend Spike, why not? Super high dagger? No. Next time. I need to turn my pad a little bit. Never want your pad to get twisted up in a bunch, you know what I mean? Talking about like my walking pad down here. Don't say it, guys. I already know where you're going. Oop, you people. Content helped me out a lot, says Kennelly. Glad, thanks for watching the vids and glad some of them helped you out. Would you recommend beating the game on hell before farming Mephisto or Randario? Would I recommend it? You absolutely do not have to, and I wouldn't say I necessarily recommend doing one or the other. But what I do recommend is do whatever you want to. Like, if you think you're struggling a little bit, there is absolutely nothing wrong with stopping and farming Mephisto and Randario. The only thing I would recommend is, I get a little pushback on this, not everyone agrees. Just farm hell difficulty, though. For almost every character, like, especially if you're a sorceress, if you're like a Blizzard Sorc, you should absolutely be able to do Mephisto and Randario. No problem. Just even at like level 60. You know, you can just moat trick Mephisto. You can kind of look that one up if you don't know about it. But yeah, I would say just do whichever one. If it's just too hard for you to keep going, feel free to stop and start farming. So good old ethereal ones, huh? Knock it off the ethereal grail. Let's go. New jewels. I have not farmed up any of the new jewels yet. I will eventually here in the near future, but like I want the jewels, but I have no interest in doing the content because it's incredibly boring, like type of content to do. It's like super boring. So it's more of like I'm just like not dreading, but it's like, oh, okay, I have to take a day to do something that's super boring and I don't want to do. So okay, little mirrored boots. This is the, I always get these mixed up. Myrmidon is Shadow Dancer. So these are the new ones, right? Wraith Step, I believe. What do we get? 1 to demon skills. Yeah. Okay. So we got some demon skills Wraith Steppers here. These ones you definitely need at least one of each style, right? For the Warlock? Yeah. So, boy, it's so hot. Like 11 seconds ago, I was like, man, it's freezing in my basement. Now I'm like, I'm about to pass out. Not really. I'm exaggerating, but now I'm like real hot. Let me adjust the fan a little bit. On. I almost fell. Okay, there we go. Whew. Yeah, Michigan's getting that heat wave crushing us today, so, and yesterday and for the next few days, where it's like over 100 in Michigan. Heat index is like 110, which is scummy. Where the okay, Eldritch skills, which are something you may want to have Mana Leech on actually, and then also having 20 to all res, so that's not a bad like budget one. I mean, not the best ever, but that's pretty good actually for that particular skill tree as well. Yeah, not too bad. For Sorka, easy to farm Nightmare, says Dargard. Yeah, I just feel like Andy and Meph on Hell difficulty, because you could, you know, randomly pop off like a jaw rune on accident. You should just do Hell difficulty. It's like too much to sacrifice like farming Nightmare and Dario. Like you could get a Shaco on Hell Andy that you couldn't get on Nightmare. If you run Hell Mephisto, you could get a Arachnid's Mesh and Dario's Visage for your Merc. Like, you know, I just got a Vex off, you know, like I feel like farming and they're super easy. Mephisto, you can just moat trick. You can literally just stand there and cast him across the river like this. Obviously, this guy, you wouldn't stay right here with him there, but I just feel like you're sacrificing too much by farming Nightmare, unless you're specifically trying to get an SOJ. I guess you could just make the argument you can farm Nightmare trying to get an SOJ originally and try to get the other stuff. I could see the argument, but I just feel like you should do Hell first. But Tan Torza, welcome in. Says you finally caught a live stream. Nice. Bam says, haven't ran across those race steps yet. Gotcha. I found a few of them. They don't seem this, though. They're an elite base, so they are a little bit on the rare side. But they ain't like Meng Song's less than rare or something, right? So not if you're playing hardcore, yeah. So that's like, if someone doesn't specifically say they're playing hardcore, I don't just assume that they're playing hardcore, right? That's like, hey Phil, what do you think's better? Getting to the 125 FCR breakpoint, or we'll say getting more plus skills, or getting more all res or something. And I'd be like, well, you want to get your all res up to a certain point, and they're like, well, no, I was talking about like level 9, like low level dueling. And it's like, well, I'm not going to assume that. Like, you know, I assume regular gameplay, you know, so. It's probably, I don't know, minimum 90% of people just play softcore, regular, if not more, probably more like 98% of people. So I don't assume the 2%, you know, so. Bloodboil Warlock shreds Mephisto. Yeah, the Warlock builds, they're all more powerful than almost every other build in the game. So yeah, they're all really, really good. For sure. For sure. Yeah, Dargard is that 2%. We'll call you the top 1% because, ooh, got 2 sockets. The top 1% just sounds cooler. So we're going to call you the top 1% instead of the 2%. Hope you don't mind. Is 300 MF too much if it takes about a minute or so to kill Mephisto and Dario? It is too much if... So if you take off and go down to like 150 magic find, and then you kill Mephisto and Dario in 30 seconds instead of 1 minute, then yes. So it's not like an exact science where, oh yes, no matter what, 300 magic find, that's too much. There's no actual like exact point like that I would say you should really pay attention to. It's just going to be by feel and what you think, kind of, sort of. You know what? I don't know if I even have... Do I have a lidless? I think I do, right? I always end up not saving a lidless. I think this rolled... Oh, it's 4 to mana instead of 5, but still. I don't know if I even have a lidless, actually. On Energy Shield Nova Sorceress is the +1 to skill on the offhand. You want to have one of these, so... I got an ethereal one right here, actually, so... Goated. Yeah, whatever. Top 0.1%. There you go. Haha. What's up, Daniel? Welcome in. So yeah, I guess long story short for Kennelly up here, you just kind of got to make a decision whether if it's a lot faster if you take off some magic find, or if it's, you know, if you go from 1 minute to like 52 seconds, but you take off 200 magic find, then no, you should leave the magic find on. But if it cuts it like in half or something, then yeah, take some magic find off. And if you can get enough plus skills or minus res on it and stuff like that, or like you go up 2 FCR breakpoints or something. Explain why you keep lidless. Oh, I must have explained half of it, and then I didn't explain it any further. So there's some builds that you don't use a spirit on, such as a self-wielded Infinity Energy Shield Nova Sword. So when you're on your offhand with your Call to Arms, you want as many plus skills as you can get. But you don't want to put up 156 strength, because on a Energy Shield Nova Sorceress, you only need to have like 85 strength or something. So you save 100 points to put into energy, which is your survivability. So if you throw a lidless on your Call to Arms side, you get +1 to all skills. It has a really, really, really low strength requirement. But I just noticed too that I have a ethereal one right here. Strength requirement 48 with a +1 to all skills. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. It's like just a little reason, I guess. 21 already. These half hours do seem like they fly by, I'm gonna be honest. When there's a good terror zone, the half-hour terror zones fly by. When it's like Great Marsh terrorized, and then it's like the act, or like Act 3, when it's all those little tombs and stuff that are all lame to farm, it drags by. If it's like, what's it called? The Crystalline Passage, when there's gloams in there and stuff, that one goes real slow. Mephisto and Dario, they fly by. Chain boots, we need that. Whoops, missed again. Come on, Phil. If I didn't misclick identifies like that, I could probably get 10 more runs a terror zone in. Otter, no, I do not. Only. What's the benefit of ethereal? So partially just for show, because it's more rare. Technically, and it's not going to matter on a lidless for the usage that I just discussed. But technically, in certain instances, it will have lower strength requirement, right? I don't have the other one to compare right now, but yeah, 10%, yeah, 10 less strength, lower strength requirement. But to be honest, for a lidless, if it had 58 strength acquired or 48. It's probably not going to matter. So it's mostly just a Giga Chad move, right? Kind of like having like an ethereal D-web instead of a regular D-web. It's like, well, nothing there is really going to matter. It's just for show. Ethereal Oculus, stuff like that. When are we going to start some redraft mocks and more best balls? Yeah, I haven't done them in a minute. I wanted to do, I'm not sure, because obviously that's just something I do in my free time on my other fantasy football channel, now that you're bringing it up. And right now there's not a lot of, I guess we'll call it return on investment, but by return on investment, I just mean the amount of time I invest in it relative to how many people watch it or how many views I get on it, you know? So, yeah. I don't really want to sacrifice like anything in my life necessarily to do them. It's just something I do when I want to do it, type of thing. You know, just like any hobby, you know, the fantasy football channel. The thing is I know when it gets down to like a week or two before the season starts, the fantasy football season starts, I will be able to put out a video, and get like thousands of views on them. Even with my channel of no subscribers, I know exactly how it's going to go already. So it's also hard for me to sacrifice time now when I know later I can do the same videos and get all these views on them. So yeah. All right, so we got no good, Jewel 28, but this is a Stone of Jordan. Oh, get the education on live streams and on the video. Yeah, I do what I can. I don't catch every comment, but I try to catch a bunch. What's your treadmill? I don't remember the bot command for it. I have a link to the exact one, and what my wife bought me this one. It's a company called Deer Run. So like the animal Deer Run, but it's all one word. So yeah. Marty, absolutely roasting chat, says there's not enough likes to get an SOJ yet. You probably ain't wrong. Because YouTube, they're probably being a bunch of schmucks not hitting the like button, am I right? Are you bums hitting the like button on YouTube? Come on. Oh! Alright. Double durability, so that tried to give me a set spiderweb sash. But we got some steel wrens. This might be the first time I found these. Let's find out together here. Yep. Knock that one off the list. Knock it off the list. Oh, how fast am I going? You, okay, so yeah, I didn't know exactly what you're asking there. I just have it set to 2.8. Because I don't know if you've ever tried to talk non-stop while walking, but it turns out when you're going, ooh, yeah, ah, keep saying, ooh, it actually, like, uses your breath, and then you know. Death metal growling while walking is actually, oh, poor guy. Yeah, they can subscribe up if they want to. The thing is too is that sometimes, and I've had this happen with the other channels I've had, if you have people subscribe to channels that aren't interested in watching the videos, it can actually hurt your channel. So that's what I kind of always say. If people want to watch some football, NFL, or fantasy football content, subscribe up to my fantasy football channel. But if you don't want to, it's all right. We'll be okay. It's better off if, like, you completely are uninterested in American football, fantasy football. If you don't want to watch the videos, you don't need to subscribe. It'll, you know, it's better if you don't actually. So I don't know how to word that without sounding, you know. I feel like every time I said that, it sounded like I was being rude, but I wasn't. I was just saying, like, don't feel like you have to subscribe up just guys. I didn't battle order up here. Well, maybe we'll. Almost better off taking out Mephisto faster than battle ordering up. Wow, did he just one-shot my merc? Oh wait, the battle orders didn't work. I battle ordered up. Why did they not do anything? Hate that. Walking while farming is a good idea. Don't know if I can manage it though, you say. So yeah, Chris, it is, you get used to it, I guess I could say. It's not too bad. If you have good gear, it's not hard. If you have bad gear and you actually have to really pay attention, and if you make a misclick, you'll die, I wouldn't recommend it. Oh. Dang. See, sometimes when I'm walking like this, you'll see I misclick all the time. Because every time I take a step, it like, boom, boom. Like, you can't really see it, but it shakes your body a little bit, so yeah. Final Fantasy 1 on the emulator? Nice. I never really played those early ones, to be honest. I always wanted to. I actually have them. I started playing one for like 1 second, and then I don't know, I never did, and I actually have the PlayStation 1 disc that is the, you know, Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on the same disc. But then I played it for like, I can remember playing it for like 5 minutes, but I don't remember playing it any more than that. I don't know why. Anything particular from Meph? So Meph's terrorized right now, so he can drop every single unique item in the game. So I'm hoping for, well, Hero's Might, among other things. All the Chronicle items, all the Holy Grail items, huh? Boy, he's about to get slapped down here. I'm not even gonna give him a potion. You don't deserve it. Jungle Swampy Pit. All right. Easy's up, so we'll jump back to the Windy Druid here. Oh, I forgot I left all these fire skillers in here when I swapped the blizzard. Oh well. Are P1 drops better? No, player 1 drops aren't. But a lot of times you have to look at the bosses, but some of the bosses drops are capped at like players 3 and stuff. You got to look and see which one you're doing, and also they don't go up a lot. Like players 3 drops are usually like almost the same as like players 5 and almost the same as player 7. Like, I know that Bale's capped at 3 for sure. His drops, I believe. So, I'd have to... But yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah. What else was I gonna get? This is true. All this stuff. In general, on bosses, unless I have, like, the most Giga Chad character, I just do them all in players 3. Act bosses. NBA offseason crazy. I did, yeah, I heard a little bit about that. So, Flare Jungle. Guess we could go try that, huh? I'm not big on... Flare Jungle is really good for certain builds. I'm not sure with, could be pretty good, I think. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I got pretty good gear, so... It's Rune. This is a Might Aura. That means there's a champ somewhere near, finally. First champ of the Terror Zone. Ah. Did I ever do IRL Whirlwind? I'm not sure what you mean by that. No idea. Never played D2R, only 3 and 4. Path of Exile stuff, alright. Well, welcome in there. Noted. Which class would you recommend early to get immersed in the game? So, for people who've never played D2, almost always, people always would play the Paladin and have a good time. I mean, nowadays, if you get the Reign of the Warlock is insanely powerful, so you'd probably have a good time with that too. So I would say probably one of those two, either the Warlock or the Paladin. The Paladin's so clutch because it has Paladin shield. You can start finding Paladin shields in Nightmare that can have like a huge amount of all res on them. Yeah, check the aim. Of course. Whoops. Yeah, and resistance is a big problem on the playthrough if you don't have it. I think the Battle Ores ran out a while back. Oh well. Razor bow. The old Tyrrell's might needs a buff statement. Yeah, no, I don't think anything really needs to get buffed. I think we have enough gear that the characters are all powerful enough. There can just be things in the game that are trophies, in my opinion. I'm fine with it. Like, there's lots of things in the game that are super rare that aren't any good, you know? Like, all kinds of stuff. But I don't think that necessarily means that every piece of gear that's rare needs to get buffed up to be really, really, really good, you know what I mean? In my opinion, of course. Come on. Okay, don't pick it up then. The constantly changing things and buffing things like that, that's how you end up with like massive power creep, and that's how you end up with like Diablo 4 and stuff. So I'm kind of against that. Remember to breathe. I'm breathing. It's actually just the fact that it's easier to breathe when I'm not talking. That's why it looked like I wasn't breathing, because I was breathing a lot easier. You just, when you're exhaling and talking, you can't be breathing in at the same time too. So when I'm not talking for a second, then I can breathe easier. I don't have to huff and puff. Because I'm not really going that fast. Like, this doesn't really actually make me tired. The only reason but it does make it hard to breathe and talk at the same time. Because realistically, like if I'm doing cardio at the gym, I usually have the Stairmaster set faster than this, to be honest. Which is obviously a lot more difficult cardio than what I'm doing right here. Oh, he's over here now. Oh, knife. Beard mask. Could be something good for my character here. Should you go offline or hardcore? Oh, I'd have missed that part of the question. I would not recommend going hardcore for your first time through Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is a much harder game than any of those other games that you listed. Did I put Andarl's Visage on my Merc yet? So I'm rocking an Act 5 Merc. I do not have that on him, no. I don't really use Act 5. I just kind of threw together what I got on my Merc here for the amp damage. Materials was faster run walk. I mean, I guess I'd be fine with that. You talked me into it, Janet. I'd be fine if they put 100% or they put a bunch of walk run on Materials Might, I guess. I'd be fine with that. Psychotic. Appreciate the kind words. Singer Barb needs a buff? I don't know. In general, when Diablo 2 was super popular for like so long and the game was a certain way, there's a reason it was super popular the way that it was. So in general, I lean away from changing what is probably the best game ever made to be different than what is the best game ever made. You know, I guess everybody wants the best game ever made to be the even more bestest game ever made. Like they think that's gonna, you know, be possible. It reminds me of when like a supermodel gets a bunch of plastic surgery because they think they're gonna make their supermodel look even more supermodel-y looky, and then they look like trash. You know, that's what I worry about. When you take something great and you try to make it even more extra doubly greatness, you know. You're really gonna, is that really, you know? Greatest game ever made that's not cared about. Interesting. So not cared about that they just made an expansion for it. Okay, all right. Interesting, you know. They just came out with enhancements for the game and the quality of life stuff, a new character. Not cared about. Maybe I misunderstood your comment. That you're watching right now? What was I doing here? Rarest item in the game's garbage? No, the rarest item in the game is not garbage. Tyrell's Might is not the rarest item in the game. It's the rarest of that one particular type of item. It's the rarest unique item. That is not ethereal, that is. Because ethereal D-Web is more rare than Tyrell's Might. Ethereal Templars is more rare than Tyrell's Might, but yeah. Nope. The insane rare items that are like 1 in a trillion drops, that are like insanely valuable, they're much more rare than Tyrell's Might. So yeah, just, yep. Also, whether Tyrell's Might is good or not, or is rare, doesn't really affect the game in any way. Like, if Tyrell's Might is so bad, just delete it, you know? If it didn't exist, then it wouldn't be a super rare item that wasn't good. And also the game would be the exact same game it is now. So whether it even exists or not does not affect how great Diablo 2 is at all. So I think that's kind of, you know, that's why I say it's fine if it stays a trophy, you know? Like, I like that there's that super rare trophy, but I would, if between changing it to making the game worse by implementing more power creep into the game, I would rather they just deleted it from the game, to be honest. Ooh. Okay, well, that settles it. So, Destiny, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Oh, yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. So yeah, I thought it would be obvious, but yeah, if you launch like personal attacks against other content creators on the channel, calling them like inflammatory names and stuff, I don't really wait around and ask your side of the story or whatever. You're just gonna get banned from the channel. I figured that was well known already, but that you don't just like blurt out a bunch of pejoratives about really anybody in the world, but even more specifically, other people that I like know that are content creators, you're probably gonna get banned from the channel. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll save an exit. I don't feel like going to the other end. Jargar said he would change the skills that nobody uses. A lot of people are on board with changing all those things too. I just kind of revert to, I mean, the game was so great for 15 years. Like, the game was so great for decades that they actually remade Diablo 2 because of how it is. And then they made an expansion. And then they had all these quality of life stuff because of how good the game is. And yeah, I don't know how much we really need to change the best game ever made more and more and more. That, you know, the more you change something that's already really good, the more chances you have of messing up the best thing that's ever been done, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of on that end. I know y'all, a lot of people got their opinions. A lot of people want Diablo 2 to be not how it is, and they want it to be more like other games, but I personally just don't. So, you know, just is what it is. The thing is, too, is I don't know, sometimes people forget this, too. I'm always right, so I don't know if you guys thought about that. How I'm just always right, you know? Ask my wife, she'll tell you. Galback, you in here? Let them know how I'm literally always right. That's obviously part of the joke, but... Want Diablo 2 to stay how it is? Yeah. Same here. That's what a lot of times I've mentioned this in videos too, that when they want like, oh, this thing's, you know, Sunder Charms can only drop from Terror Zones behind the Herald. It's like, well, that's not how Diablo 2 items have always dropped. Like, how do you find Mang Song's lesson? Do you have to go farm up this thing to then go do this, to then go farm this thing to do this, and then you get this item every time? You just got to see how it's going to roll at that point? No. Diablo 2 items drop by slaying monsters out in the wild. And you might, you know, it's RNG. It's not like, oh, you go farm up all these keys, and then you take the keys to go get torch, the farm the torch, and then you just got to see how the torch rolls is all you got to see. Like, it's not actually like the randomness RNG that's super hype when you get the item to drop. It's not like when you got to go farm these statues, and then you got to go take the statues to go farm the Colossal Ancients. Then you farm the Colossal Ancients, and whichever one you take out last, that tells you which jewel you're going to get. You know, all you got to see now is how does it roll after you go to work. You go to your job. It's like going to work and getting paid, but the only thing is you don't know how much you're going to get paid at the end of the day. Are you going to get $100 or are you going to get $300? That's the only, you know, it's not like Diablo 2 items, right? So, yeah. Not a new take for me. It's a pretty old take, but... Lil Zipper saying, expansion was a quick cash grab. Maybe. I mean, corporations, literally by definition, their sole purpose for existing is to extract financial from their customers to get it to their shareholders. Like, that's literally the definitionally of their sole purpose, is to make a profit by extracting wealth from their customers and getting it to their shareholders. So, I mean, in a way, yeah, you're kind of right there, for sure. $30 bail runs, only one statue. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I have not gone and done that yet, because I'm going to have to go to work to go to do the job of going to get those statues when I don't want to. Because that's the literal only way that you can get the jewel. You can't get the jewel by farming like in Diablo 2. You have to do it by going to work, like you have a job, and doing that job to be compensated for it with statues at the end. But I don't want to do that job, so eventually I have to get the compensation for it, but yeah. I've been avoiding it because I don't want to do it. Yeah, farming the statues and going to get the jewel is kind of like it's kind of like cleaning the bathroom. Like, I want a clean bathroom, but doing that job is no fun. So literally, yeah, literally farming torches and farming up the new jewel is like cleaning the pooped porcelain crown, they say. Porcelain crown, the porcelain throne. Like cleaning poop stains out of a toilet. You don't want to do it, but you want your toilet to be clean and not have poop stains all over it. You know? Entering the Great Marsh. Hard pass on entering the Great Marsh, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I was kind of breathing and whatever, and couldn't get it out. So usually I go an hour, but I think it's only been 49 minutes here, so 50 minutes, so I don't feel like walking anymore though. The talking and the walking is annoying me at the moment. Treadmill up real quick. Whoops. Green screen got caught on my chair. You enjoy trading online? That's why you like farming up the torches and the jewels and stuff? Yeah. I would just skip the step there and just whenever I found something, I would trade it. Instead of actually going and getting the torches. And I mean, all you do is take a smiter and hold down a button like this. Smiting, life tapping, close your eyes. Oh, the boss is done? Okay, let's find the other one. Oh, there we go, attacking him. Smite, smite, smite. Okay. All right, have we been paid for our work yet today? Oh no, we got one more boss to go take out. Okay. Smite, smite, smite. You know, I don't know. But everyone's different. Some people intentionally go farm stuff and they intentionally use worse builds, which I mean, I guess I kind of get. I use different builds all the time for out farming here, but it's just to use different builds to try to get lucky. The gambling aspect is free gambling is fun though. How's my wind druid feel? Pretty good. It feels like they always do, I guess. So how much run walk speed do I have in the treadmill? It doesn't go super high. So that treadmill it's not like truly like a treadmill like everybody. It's considered a walking pad. So I think it might go to 4 miles an hour, which is like, for me, that's a really fast walk. Some people would consider that like a slow jog, but for me, that's like a, yeah. And the thing is too, is if you were jogging, like my stride would be too long for the walking pad, you know? You don't have to smite. Yeah, you can take a build that's worse at it and intentionally do your job harder, I guess. Yeah. You know, I mean, you could go to work and you could operate like a lathe in a steel factory and you could just operate it with your feet and it would be harder than to be then you could do the same job and be compensated the same, but it would be harder to do. I mean, I don't know. Prom up a minute ago saying the statue farming is just boss farming, which I like. Yeah, I like farming the bosses that I like to farm, and then I don't like farming the ones that I don't like to farm. But you have to farm, like, you have to spam farm Bale somehow, which is just gross. You have to spam farm Duriel, or just get lucky on Andy and Meph, because they have a chance of dropping one of them. So if you need to farm up a lot of them, yeah, it's just, I don't want to farm places I don't want to farm when I don't want to farm them, right? But that's just me. Herald Sunder tier 5 is hard to find. I'm not sure what you're asking there, because you can get Sunder Charms now off of all different types of monsters. I've gotten like half of mine off of Heralds and half of them off of other places, so. Andy and Meph, and then the other half. Actually, yeah, half of them were off of Andy and Meph, and then the other half were off of Heralds that I've gotten. I think I've gotten like probably 8 of them now, just total since the new Reign of the Warlock. So, Bartzo, welcome in. I was just taking a second to try to catch up here while I was chatting there. I was going off on quite the tangent there. I do get a little bit passionate about changing the game, so I kind of go off on tangents there once in a while. I don't feel like doing that Terror Zone anymore. So I'm not going to, and I don't have to, because there's nothing in that Terror Zone that I can't get from other places in the game. So that way I can choose where I want to farm instead of feeling like I have to farm the Terror Zones. Player choice is the way that I like to lean for where to farm. Otter says no Sunder since the change. Really interesting. I guess if you're farming the you said you really like to farm the Colossal Ancients and stuff. I mean, you'd think if you did the Colossal Ancients, that means you must have farmed up the Act bosses to get the statues, which means I would think you would have gotten a Sunder Charm by now, but guess bad luck. It's just bad luck. And yeah, for Heralds, tier 5 Heralds, it's like 1 in 50 Heralds drops a Sunder Charm, so that's pretty uncommon. I've gotten one. Gold Magic Find says, what is a Sunder Charm, Phil? Yeah, every once in a while people, yeah. I haven't seen one of those, don't even know what it is. Marvin agrees with me about the forced farming stuff. Hey! Not many people do agree with me. Not many people do. A lot of people like being told what to do and when to do it. And when they have to do it and stuff. They really like that. So Terror Zone's tons of magic items. Yeah, the heralds are mismade or bugged, or I don't know. I don't know the exact thing, but they don't drop anything except for the Sunder Charms, pretty much. Technically, you can. Technically, you can get other things, but it's not common. But yeah, the Sunder Charms from a Tier 5 Herald are 1 in 50 Heralds. So, yeah. And they're also, it's also interesting because it's unaffected by players count and almost essentially unaffected by Magic Find as well, so you can just like P1 no Magic Find, and that's kind of your best go for farming Heralds to get a Sunder, which is interesting. I almost like it in a way, to be honest. But to be honest, Sunder Charms don't really like him that much, but I like him in the sense that I think that it works for what other people would like, is what I'm trying to say. Because the people that most want to get Sunder Charms are people that like need the benefit from them, that need the boost to their characters. So, Galback, yo, ooh, sun's out, guns out. What's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, she says not enough likes on the stream, and she knows about hitting the like button. So help me out, ladies and gentlemen of the chat. Get that like button hit already. Never too late to hit the like button. Stone Skin again, you bum. Can you cast amp already? Thank you. That 33% chance to amp is, it seems like it's like 3%. Sometimes. Stop Heralds from one-shotting your Merc. Get some other summon to face tank it for you. Yeah, they do. Even with a perfect Merc, they still chop them out. So that just is what it is. Yeah, I get. Ooh, okay, a little 6 MFer. How about we just get rid of a 5er? Whatever, we don't need a 5er. We're gonna start stacking up. That one more Magic Find's gonna change everything. I guess I haven't like done Tier 5 Herald farming like with the Wind Druid or something, you know. So I guess I've only done it with the Sorceress and the Paladin and the Warlock so far. I haven't done it with every character. Never gotten a Tier 5 Herald, says Jason. So to get a Tier 5 Herald, you have to use the shards to terrorize, like, full axe. So, if you never did that, then, yeah, I guess you wouldn't get one, huh? But if you clear, like, if you terrorize Act 1 and clear all of Act 1, you will get several Tier 5 Heralds. Yeah. Severo. 7 defense, okay. Almost got a level here. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Diablo is going to give me another level. Watch. He got amped, so he's going to get chopped down. I knew it. All that experience to get from him. I think I've just been putting him here. I used to always put him into that one wolf, but I decided to put him here this time. Where are we at here? Stone Skin Desaces. Yeah, not the funnest thing. That's true. This is true. Your meme. Game is weak. Had bad luck with Heralds. 100. No Sunders yet. Gotcha. Traded a pull for a poison. Nice. Yeah, so I found one after like, I found one. Actually, my first Thunder Charm dropped on my second Herald. My second tier, I think it was a tier 2 Herald. I took out a Herald, took out another one, got a Thunder Charm. But then that was on single player. Then I found another one online after about 20 or 25-ish Heralds. But then the third one, I took out like another 100 or 125 or 150 or something Heralds. And I didn't get a single another Thunder. So that's just luck of the draw. You know, you get one after 2, you get one after 25, and then you go 150 without getting one. You're like, you know, that's just how the averages work. So I'm gonna turn this fan off real quick. I'm not walking on the treadmill no more. It starts to get chilly. See Otter up here saying you need 250, 225, 250, all res going after the Ancients. Yeah, I guess I haven't really looked into them at all because I haven't planned on doing them, so eventually I will, but I haven't planned on it yet. They must have some conviction aura or something, I'm guessing, or they cast lower res or something. Don't really know, to be honest. Haven't looked into it. I've only done the Colossal Ancients in the other season when I was Echoing Strike, and I went out there and shot like 3 times and they were all dead, and I was like, that's weird. But I know they're different now, so. Sumpa said, am I doing something wrong? Haven't gotten a Sunder. Probably not, no. Like I said, it's 1 in 50 on average, but that's an average, so you could be the, you know, somebody on their first Herald gets a double Sunder Charm drop off of 1 Herald, and then you're the person that, that averages it out in the opposite direction, you know? Someone gets two Sunders on the same drop, and then you're the person that goes 300 Heralds without getting, you know, it just happens, unfortunately. Part of RNG, right? That's why it's so exciting sometimes when you do find that one item that you can't find. That's what makes Diablo 2 great, is never knowing when you're going to get that item. It's not like, you know, it's not like going to work and being compensated for it. The Diablo 3 style Warlock that I mentioned earlier? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that thing was crazy. I don't even know how it ended up like... Well, I know how, but I just like, you know... I don't know. Never mind. It's just crazy, though. I was just using a random... I was using Nage's Puzzler as my weapon because I was just one-shotting all monsters with it. It's like, why? Everyone's like, why are you using that weapon? You have all this, like, high runes and stuff. I'm like, there's no point in getting a better weapon. I'm one-shotting players 8 Parazones and stuff. Like, why would I spend any effort to trade for a better weapon when I'm one-shotting everything already? It was always comical when I'd get the people chuckle. Oh my gosh, he's only doing 30k damage. Mine does 140. I'm like, the monsters only have 15,000 damage. I'm doing double their total life. Why do I need 140,000 when they have 15,000? Like, and those aren't the real numbers, but I'm just, that's example, like, you know. Just like a fictional example of what was, yeah. But. Oh, no wonder I was dying so fast. I was not paying attention. Alright, let's try this again. Now that I'm slightly paying attention. We'll go like this. Congrats on the 4 T-strokes from a Herald. Nice, nice, nice. It is interesting how daggers can get like skills to other stuff and then the warlock skills on it. It's interesting. But bigger number. I know, right, Otter? True story. That's what anytime some people said that stuff, I was like, you're from Diablo 3, aren't you? I could just tell. Spy, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Oops, hit the wrong button there. Whoopsie. Two Sunders, both from non-heralds, says Pab. Gotcha, gotcha, yeah. The act bosses are known for dropping too, so. Yeah, heralds. I kind of agree with that if they're going to have them in there. Heralds are too tough for not dropping much of anything unless you get a Sunday. Ooh, okay. 220, so we'll keep them. They only have 5 defense, but you could upgrade them if you wanted to, but +1 to light radius. Ooh, but hey, these are going to go great for my Mosaic Assassin. Mosaic Assassin, what do you guys think? I need to do a Mosaic Assassin here pretty soon. I just have to go to... I gotta go hit up Harbor Freight and get a welding mask real quick so I can play it without going blind. Best all-around farming offline. So best all-around farming offline. I'm trying to decide whether I want to say Hammerden or, I mean, probably one of the Warlocks, to be honest. Probably, honestly, Abyss Warlock is probably the best all-around. And then probably like Hammerden, I guess. Feels like 45 today. Oh, so like freezing cold? Interesting. So it's freezing cold where Otter is. It's only 45 degrees. Must be the southern tip of Argentina. There's winter down there, right? I'm just joking. I seen you say it was in those commie units, not in freedom units. Freedom. I seen it. I was playing. I was being a little jokester. Being a little jokester. Man, when he casts that, when he gets that amp proc real quick, so much faster. Envy. Not sure exactly what that means. Something faster. I don't know. Vamos means faster, right? I don't know. Can't remember. Or go quickly? Vamos means go quickly, maybe? I don't remember. Your meme game says he'd be fine if heralds were adjusted to the same as like regular unique monsters. Yeah, I mean... with the amount of speed it takes to farm them to get to them, I think they should be close to, like, the tier 5 Herald should be close to the same as, like, a TZ Mephisto or something, right? Maybe not quite, but... maybe not quite, but close. I don't know exactly, you know, how close to the coefficient number of magic finding does it have, you know, whatever. I don't know the exact number to tell you exactly what or whatever, but I think it should be close to the same. Envy from Argentina. I kind of figured with your reaction, but wasn't sure what that meant though. I just knew, I'm thinking GeoGuessr wise, the very tip of Argentina down at the bottom, like not that far from Antarctica, right? Not right next door, I guess, but champion axe. Ooh, that's one of my faves right here. Look at this sucker. Oop. Messerschmitt's Reaver. Let's go. If it was ethereal, I'd totally zot it. Be just sick. Kind of kidding, but let's put this stuff in the cube. I forgot. I forgot. Oh, I gotta clean this stuff up. Lazy Phil doesn't want to. We'll definitely let future Phil worry about that. Not current Phil, that's for sure. Do I have any druid ones over here? I don't know if I double checked. That I crafted up. I guess not. Yeah, that's what's crazy too, actually. When I did my I didn't notice this. I did not notice this. When I did my crafting caster amulets for the first time, I got no druid amulets. I got none of them. Crazy. Ray said it feels like 145 where he's at. Yeah, that's what, right now it's a hundo in Michigan here. What is the heat index? It's actually only 96 degrees, so. Where does it say the heat index? Poor running conditions, okay. Yep. Very poor running conditions. Guess it's not saying the heat index anywhere. Probably says it somewhere, but I don't see it. Oh, feels like 108. It says right there. Feels like 108. Any GGs today? I kind of forget, to be honest. Some good stuff. Daniel said you left some blankets outside drying and you had to run outside at 3 a.m. because it started raining. Woof. Unfortunate. Well, at least he got him in before it rained on him, I guess. Grandfather coming next. I wouldn't mind it. I don't think I found grandfather yet, so I would definitely take it. Definitely more rare than Messerschmitt's, I feel, though. Don't know that I've ever looked up the actual rarity of Messerschmitt's Reaver, but it's got to be much more common, I would say. Just anecdotally thinking in the past. Wish you were out on Lake St. Clair. Gotcha. Oh. It's not too far. That's around Michigan. Honestly, I think I might switch off of this Act 5 Merc. I know it does make the Diablo kill at the end faster, and if there's any stone skin and stuff, it goes faster. I don't know. Just kind of annoying running out of mana and having to deal with it. Next run. Oh, that's what I should do. Hold on a second. What's the one that, Solar Creeper? Mana regen. Mana recovery rate. I need a maxed out Solar Creeper is what I need. Don't I? Let me know in the comments. Should I max out Solar Creeper to get my mana back? You think I won't do it? Very welcome in. Good to see you. You want to do a trap assassin, but you're lazy right now. Well, sounds like you don't want to do one then. Trap assassins aren't really the hardest playstyle either, though. Like, you just throw out on the traps, and then you go stand in the corner and wait for them to do everything for you. So. Come on. What's going on around here? Awesome damage per second. Eric? I think on the pronunciation. I'm not sure what the for. But gotcha, yeah. It's a pretty solid build. I don't have all the best gear I want, but I got a lot of good stuff. Boy, Diablo is much faster. Well, the way he's standing, it almost looks like it's like a rocker leaning back. Like he's almost like, you know, playing a guitar. Guitar solo, just riffing. Envy said he used to think that an Ethrun would turn an item ethereal. Pisk, pisk. Young Envy didn't know what was going on. Oh yeah, I was gonna go ahead and get the Act 2 mercenary so I could have insight again. I think I'll just go with the gold one too, just for the extra keep a Merc alive survivability. Never mind, there isn't one here. And I can't possibly leave and come back. Could go with a Cure Prayer one. Actually, let's do that. I'm going to enjoy that for sure. The only thing is I don't think I have a good option for armor, because he's going to have no life leech, because I don't have Chains of Honor. Let's just see what prayer does by itself. I think it does not very much of anything. But we'll just do a run, and I'll go get the cure later. Maybe with his prayer cure insight situation, he won't need life leech because that'll regenerate his life fast enough. I don't think he's high enough. 190 on the strength, yeah, so we still got to use this one. Not the best gear on him, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. You know what'll make us fine too? If y'all hit that like button for me, that'd really help out. Why did that not cast? Wait, where did my... Oh. He disappeared on me. Great. $31, $33, $80. 30, 80. Yeah, I mean, it's go. It looks like it jumps up of what's 30 to 80? 50 life every 2 or 3 seconds there. It's a little something. If you don't lose life too fast, it'll regenerate it up for you. Keep you from having to use a potion once in a while, I guess. That's even just the insight in the prayer mark, without even the cure on there. That's what I need to. Maybe I will go get the cure. Not that you get poisoned a lot here, but it will get rid of any of the curses I get in here. This guy could stay alive, that'd be great. Give me just one quick second here. I gotta look at something. Oh boy. I might have to take 60 seconds here. I got like a half dozen texts that I like have to answer. After this run. Check my gear. I'll just shout out the basics for you here. It's pretty basic caster stuff. Heart of the Oak, Spirit, Enigma, Shaco, Arachnus, Mesh, Trangs, Gloves, War Travelers on the boots, SOJs on the rings, Mara's on the amulet. All just basic Cult Arm Spirit on the offhand. Nothing crazy, nothing special. When am I doing Bash Barb with a spear? To 99. I'm doing that when I am also 99 years old. When I will do that. Okay, let's see the Diablo kill without the amp damage from whatchamacallit.
Have to admit,
Race.
that was creative.
Oh, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, it's a good way of me saying I'm definitely gonna do it. Yeah, might as well skip Diablo anyways. Ooh, a Grand Charm I could cube with whatchamacallit. Another statue, I suppose. At least there's that. At least there is that. Give me 1 second. I just gotta answer these texts. Alrighty. My apologies. Do forgive me. I know Noob Phil. Just got a lot of little things going on in the world of Phil at the moment. So, boy, I am really tired. And I'm really tired. Oh. Yeah, why not? We can take his champ out. This is all 85 area out here too, so. It's just, people don't like these monsters as much, I guess. Also, let me drop these off real quick. I keep forgetting to go back to the stash. Reminder for coffee. Oh my gosh. Don't say that. If you talk about coffee, you're going to make me want to go make coffee right now. At 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, devastating. T-Bone talks about wanting to change the old skills on the class and stuff. We went into quite a bit about that earlier. I'm not gonna and obviously you probably weren't here, no big deal, but I'm not gonna rehash a lot of that stuff. In general, I'm anti-change, guys, so if I talk about that at all, I'm gonna go into this long spiel about all this stuff, and yeah. Chat's gonna be like, not again. Where are we at here? 1 before 3 are usually fine. Yeah, I try not to drink coffee after noon anymore. I usually only do one cup a day now. And by cup, I mean one big cup. I don't mean... It's funny when you go to like the doctor and they're like, how many cups of coffee do you drink? And I'm like, oh, I just have like 3. And they're like, how big of a cup? Well, it's like this big, you know? About the size of a 5-gallon bucket. And they're like, oh, you know. So like a normal cup of coffee that us people drink is actually like 4 cups of coffee. Coming to find out. I don't know if you ever seen a real life coffee cup. They're like a big thimble with a handle on it. You ever seen those? Kind of like when you see those shots of espresso. That's like a coffee cup, apparently. A large thimble with a handle. Bartso says Death Sentry does not buff lightning damage anymore. I have to look at it. I think it does. The Death Sentry boosts the lightning damage from Lightning Sentry, does it? Thought it did. I don't know. I have to look at it again. Or maybe I just misunderstand the comment. Sometimes I misread. One before sleeping is good for you? I think, I don't want to say your dad doesn't know what he's talking about, but... No, so what my wife does is she'll, like, just slam a cup of coffee before she takes a nap. Like, if she wants to take, like, a 20-minute nap, she'll make a cup of coffee and just slam the whole thing and then fall asleep. And then when she wakes up, you wake up, like, wide awake, apparently. That way, if like if you want to take a nap, but you need to wake up and leave right away or start working or something, so she'll do that. I don't know about like. I'm not really. I don't want to call your dad a liar. I mean, 11:30 at night. Man, I can't sleep. I better have a cup of coffee. You know, I don't know if I'm on board with that. But hey, to each their own. If it works, more power to them. Common for ADHD people? Okay, maybe there's something I don't know about. I guess it's possible. Sounds sketch still, but I mean, yeah, there's definitely possible. I just don't know things. Actually, wait a second. Let me take that back. I'm always right and know everything. So, just ask Galback. So, actually, now that I think about it, I must be right. I must be right. Gonna try a Blizzard Sork. Woo! Everything just went away at the same time there. Yeah, Blizzsork works pretty good, so you'll be happy with it. Where's he at? Ooh, physical immune. If only I had a fizzy Sunday. Maybe I'll just start carrying one around, huh? How much could it possibly hurt me? Oh man, I threw out that 5 MFer and I have a 4 MFer right here. Rough. What do I want to get rid of? Maybe it's just some of these MFers a little bit. Five, I guess. Sure. We'll just start carrying the fizzy Sunday around. Why not? This one. Oh, I never did craft that one, did I? Oh well. Let's see how this treats us. If we'll just get nuked from the physical damage or... Of course, we're only doing 5% damage anyways with that, so... We still need, like, amp damage or something. No healing pots anywhere? Oh, mana. I was looking for one healing pot to go ahead and do this with. Bart's up here said he, it says there's a synergy, but after you put the points in, it didn't show that it did anything. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look at it. I'd have to see it myself. So I'm not 100% sure. You know about those old-timer recipes and stuff. Could be one of those secrets. Talking about the coffee before bed thing? Maybe, I guess. Yeah, this like just doesn't... Because it has enhanced damage, which doesn't help out anyways. I need minus enemy physical res or something. Need amp damage somewhere. Almost don't even use that. Oh well. What else we got around here? I need a Reaper's Toll already. That's what I need. Also, I think I'm gonna go grab my Cure Helm. If I can even use it. I think it might have too much strength in it. I think I made it in some goofy base that I shouldn't have. Ray says he only has 3 cups of coffee afternoon and then bourbon. Yeah, 192 strength. So he can use it next level. Only 3 cups of coffee afternoon before bourbon. I mean, that's... It checks out. He's probably just... I think one more... Oh. Oh yeah, he gets strength from this. Yeah, 5 all attributes. But he's at 182 already anyway, so we'll be fine. He's not gonna have any life leech, but I have a feeling there's not really a lot of everything's like undead in the Chaos Sanctuary anyways, with the exception of those Venom Lords, I believe. So I don't think he really leeches a lot in here anyways, so I think Cure might actually be the play. Technically where we're at now. Green light plate drop? A green light plate. Because usually if it's a unique, they don't change colors until you identify it, so. Not sure exactly there. Do I have a Hammerden? I mean, I have a Pally here on single player, yeah. Yep, used that quite a bit already. How do you counteract the minus enemy magic res on a magic Sunday? Great question. I mean, for the most part, does anybody use magic Thunder Charms? Because there's almost nothing immune to magic. I feel like it's one of those things you don't really use, or you just pull it out of your cube for a quick second and then throw it back in your cube when you for wave 2 of Bale, and that's like it. Oh yeah, the set Warlock boots, not the new ones, have some magic res stuff. I forgot some of the new Warlock stuff has magic res stuff on them. I forgot about that. That's a little bit there, I guess. Extra strong stone skin. Come on. There we go. Man, I forgot how sick the prayer cure thing is. My life over there, like it won't even drop. Even on something with 4K life like that. I mean, well, it'll drop when your when your Oak Sage goes away, I guess. Oh, it's dropping now. Oh, poison's gone already, and we're maxed out again. Oh, where are we at here? So you can use ladder-only rune words on offline. Oh yeah, yep. From my understanding too, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure you can actually make Mosaic on offline single player still even. Which I kind of wanted to do before they nerfed it. Just so I can have them, you know, just so I have them. Not that I ever really want to play it right now, but if I ever wanted to mess around with them in the future, I would have it. It would be in my possession.
Keith S-L-A-Y-I-N.
Y-I-I-N. Zarapap. Zarapap? I just don't know how to pronounce that one. Thank you for the 4 months, though. 4 months. Twitch Prime sub. Ooh. How about we go like this instead of having 1400 left? Boy, you know what? I actually love Insight Cure Prayer Aura Mercenary. I forgot how much I love this thing. Just having perpetual life and energy. Yeah, I'm not even going to heal it. Look, I got knocked halfway down, and it's going to be exploding up. 900. Almost 3,000. In no time, it's going to be all capped out again. The Merc is great. Yeah, I kind of forget how awesome it is, even on other characters besides... the Energy Shield Nova Sorceress.
Now I remember. That is one that I remember I used to talk about it more. I kind of forgot because since I restarted here. And plus, you know, when you're playing, usually you're going to want more damage a lot of times. Not all the time, of course, but, you know, if you can throw on the Infinity, you want to go with Infinity, but I don't have one yet, so. I forgot how awesome this setup is on characters when you don't need Infinity. I just forgot. I used to talk about it, people would tell me how stupid I was. Phil, don't you know that's that's like technically you can get 0.5% more damage if you do this setup. I'm like, well, I don't care, I'm lazy. I don't think you understand how lazy I am, sir. The new Sunder can give you extra damage, so it might be worth it. I missed if that, I think that was referring to the Magic Sunday one, maybe. It does do that, yeah, but for the most part, I mean, you're going to throw it on a lot of Hammered In and do even more Hammered In damage when you're one-shotting everything, and the Abyss Chains Warlock, you're already almost one-shotting everything, you know, kind of one of those situations. But yeah, it can get, you know, it gives you more minus res and stuff, so. Build looks super mana efficient. Well, if you throw an Insight on any character, it's automatically you're going to be fine with mana. Because actually those tornadoes... Oop, I just chugged a potion. They're ripping out, I guess it's just 10 mana, but it does actually drop this. Drop, if you don't have an Insight. But Insight keeps you up good. Yeah, Nikolai saying, 10 years from now, look at this relic. Remember when Mosaic used to be OP? Now everybody complains about it because it's not OP enough. I just chugged another potion on accident, didn't I? Oh well. Good word. Time is it almost 2 o'clock? Boy, I wasn't gonna do this, but I think I'm gonna do it for the long-term viability of today's stream. I think I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. So, do forgive me. Give me approximately this long. The good old printer. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee because I am struggling. Also, I'm freezing. So I grabbed a hoodie too. All right. Phil's got to go to bed super early tonight. Catch up on some sleep. Hot or iced coffee? Iced coffee? Gross! No, no, no. Regular black coffee. Iced coffee, disgusting. Iced coffee is probably as disgusting as a medium rare steak. I was trying to think of a way to sew that joke into it, but I couldn't quite get it there. I don't know. I feel like I didn't quite land the plane on that joke, but it's fine. Yeah, hot or iced coffee just seems strange to me. Like when you drink it, I don't know. It'd be like eating like vanilla ice cream and it was hot, you know? It just doesn't... Would it technically taste the same? I guess. But like it just isn't, it just doesn't, it's just not how it's supposed to be, you know? I'm like that some ways with some things, like things that are supposed to be cold shouldn't be hot and vice versa, you know. One such thing I'm like that is I do not like any like adult beverages, like alcohol beverages, to be hot. In my opinion, they have to be cold or it's just weird. Just my opinion. Palmer said you came in a weird spot. No. Not that weird. I was just talking about how I don't like iced coffee. Or hot ice cream. Genki from a minute ago saying, I don't know why people are obsessed with making the ultimate glass cannon builds. I mean, when you're in softcore, it doesn't much matter if you die, and I don't know. They just want to be able to, they want the number to be bigger, you know, like, that means your manhood's the biggest if the number's bigger on your character, don't you know that? Right? Let's see, where are we at here? Goblin Denominator, didn't see you there, says, try Primal Sork using Talrash's. Try Primal. You're saying, like, all 3 different skill trees? Usually not so much. Like if you're using all 3 skill trees, you probably aren't putting a lot of points into like getting any one of them to work great. I mean, you could do Frozen Orb, Hydra with like, I don't know, if you counted 3 skill trees as static and teleport and stuff, maybe. I don't know what else you'd put into there. All the lightning skills kind of need a lot of synergies. I guess Nova just has static, but I don't know. Did she cut those up for you or are those for her? Oh, that was nice of her. Yeah. Why don't you, do you ever eat those apples over there anymore? You don't like apples no more? Oh, you ate an apple a few days ago, so you, yeah, you can have the cucumbers. I wasn't paying attention, sorry. I guess I got the sace over here. Whoopsie. The little gremlin came down asking for more food, of course. It's already been an hour and a half since I gave her lunch, so. Speaking of little gremlins, y'all on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button for me, yeah? Help a brother out if you forgot about it. If you don't hit the like button, not even death can save you from me. Yeah, Yukon. It seems to be a pretty common thing. For some reason, kids have to, especially on summer vacation. Isn't that weird though? Your kids are in school, and they eat breakfast before school or whatever, and then they don't eat again for like 6.5 hours till they eat lunch, and they're fine. And then they get like some snack, and then they come home and eat dinner at like 5, 6 o'clock or whatever you guys eat dinner at, 7. Who knows who you are? But then in summer vacation, it's like every 30 minutes they're hungry again. How does this happen? It's almost as if they're not really hungry, they're just bored. So they want to eat more delicious food. Can't trust them kids, Yukon. Can't trust them kids. Let's see what the next terror zones coming up are. Just out of just wondering. Dark Woods coming up soon. Dark Woods Underground Passage and Al Rash's Tombs are after that. Is that at 3 or just heading up to 3? It's only 2 o'clock. Jeez. Yeah, sure, why not? Ray said you made almond flavored ice cream. I mean, it's probably fine as long as it's cold. Just don't make hot ice cream. Don't do it. You would be immune to physical. I was staring at him for like a solid 5 straight seconds before I realized he was immune to physical. Just straight staring at him. Would you like it if there was damage numbers? No, 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 no. Get that malarkey out of here. Okay. Yeah, they added something, not damage numbers, but what did they add? In D2R, they added in where you could turn it on to have like little X's pop up or check marks or something that would tell you if you hit the monster or whatever. Oh, there's 2 different immune to physicals. Both immune to physical stone skin right next to each other. Oh my god. You know what? They're almost down now. We'll stand here for 6 minutes and chop them out with the hurricane, sure. Only I still had that Act 5 merc, huh? Well worth it. Let's see. Jan, you said, or it'd let you know if you critted, if it was a crit strike or something like that. I mean, no, I generally, pretty much almost every question I'm gonna fall on the side of anti-change guy. I mean, you could It's one of those things, like, if they added it and you could turn it on or off, I mean, at what point, like, would I really care? You know, I could just turn it off and not use it. But I don't want it. But if you could just turn it on and off, I would say it's not that I don't, like, oh my god, if they add this, I'm done with this game, you know. But I don't want it, no. Players count? We're just on 3. I kind of got distracted there for a second. And that particular sequence of events right there, don't judge me on that. Now that you say that, I realize how slow I was just going there. And I wasn't, you know. Oh. I was trying to think, and I wasn't aiming my NATOs at all. Yeah. There was double immune to physicals, you know. Lady says wishes, Lady Fire wishes that the consoles and the PC shared servers. Yeah, that would be much more betterness, for sure. That would be great, actually. So, there you go. I'm not anti-change guy anymore. I do want that changed. I feel like that after the game's made, that's like impossible to change. I don't really know for a fact, but I just feel like that would be impossible to change. Daniel was going to make the Necro Wand. I think you're talking about the white wand, probably, would be my guess. But you just dropped a different one, a unique one. Bone Shade. All right. Hopefully that works out for you. A lot of times for anything Necro-wise, I would just... Boring, I know, but I just go with the Spirit Sword. It's so easy to get, and a lot of times you got one laying around already somewhere, and yeah. 2 skills, bunch of FCR, all the hit recovery on there too to save you, bunch of mana. Yeah. Oh, you said that the devs before, or Blizzard said they were open to it before? Really? I don't remember that at all. Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, I mean, that would be the hugest win of all time. I don't know what the logic behind them not being separated really would be. With the exception of, I know like the gameplay technically on PC is like easier, so technically I think you would have like an advantage. You could play better on PC, but like I think the advantages of the game being so much more fun for the people on console to be able to play with a larger community would outweigh the ladder, like the ladder advantage or whatever you call it, you know? Like, who really cares? Like, there's probably like 3 people, not 3, but what is there, like 100 people in the world total that actually try to like get super high on the ladder leaderboards? Like who really tries to get first place on ladder? There's like 100 people in the world, right? Yeah, if they added keyboard support for console, yeah, that seems like an easy win too. They don't have it yet, right? There's no keyboard and mouse support on console. I feel like that'd be an easy win for them, huh? Yeah. There you go. Hey, look at Phil is now change guy. They should add in mouse and keyboard support for console. See, I want everything changed. This is that lightning one, isn't it? This stiletto. Storm Spike, yeah. Charge bolt when struck. Juan the Man. Finally got your Griffin's Eye. Congrats on that one. Griffin's Eye is a huge one. Just huge. Just huge. Ah. Kid sprinting around upstairs all of a sudden by herself, so that alarms me. Ladder on console's rigged. Cross progression. Someone who grinded on PC can just log in on Xbox. Oh, really? Oh, well, I did not know you could do that. Now that you mention it, it never even crossed my mind. I didn't realize that for the console ladders, you can just log in with your 99 that you got on PC and you'll get the first place on the console. That's wild. Never crossed my mind. Yeah, if that's the case, I forgot how it's cross progression and you can do that. So 100% there's no reason that they shouldn't be combined if they can do it like easily. I assumed it would be difficult, but I didn't know if what you said is true, which there's no reason for me to believe you're lying, I guess. That they said they were open to it at some point if it was something the community wanted. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't do it then. Race says add in mouse and keyboard and mosaic for all classes. Yeah. Yep. Just add mosaic for the sorceress, but you could cast like Nova at the speed that you could kick, you know? So there you could hit like 40 Novas a second. You could drop down a Hydra, 40 Hydras per second, but raise the cap so you can do unlimited Hydras at a time. So the whole screen just be full of Hydras blasting everywhere. That'd be so sick. Ladyfire said you think they wanted to keep the community separate? I don't know why they would quote unquote want to keep the community separate. I figured there was something like server wise that made it like so that they couldn't, because it's probably, and this is going to show my naivete or whatever the word is I'm thinking of, because I don't play consoles and I don't play a lot of other games hardly ever. Like having PlayStation connect with Xbox, you know what I mean? Connect with Nintendo Switch. I figured there was something with that caused problems, or that was like, you know, would just be a headache. I wouldn't figure they wanted to make sure the communities didn't play together. I figured it was more of like it would just be too much hassle for them, or they couldn't do it for whatever reason, is what I figured it was. Tab saying you figure all the servers work the same. Yeah, they probably do, but I figured that like PlayStation has their own proprietary server code, blah blah blah, that they won't work together with other stuff as like anti-cheat type of situation, you know, and then like Xbox like won't want to work with PlayStation, you know. That's what I assumed. I don't actually know. But yeah, don't actually know. Console peasants don't mix with the PC master race. Ain't this the truth, huh? Ain't this the truth? Hey, I was a console peasant until I became a YouTuber, so. I was such a console peasant that I wouldn't even buy the newest console when it came out. I'd wait a few years till it was cheaper. I take that back. I did buy, I think, the Xbox One. I think I bought pretty much when it came out. So I guess I'm a big fibber. Guess a couple of Xboxes I bought when they were new. But yeah, I mean, you had to with Halo and stuff, you know, back in those days. When Call of Duty was in its prime. Dude, Call of Duty, speaking of consoles, man. I was thinking about this the other day. One of my friends, he just had a PlayStation was it PS3 or whatever it was at the same time as Xbox 360? I can't remember, but whatever one of the first Call of Duties was, it was super popular. Like the first Modern Warfare, maybe it was Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember exactly, but I played on Xbox, and I went over to his house, and he had PlayStation, and I would just hop into games and just get nukes every single game on PlayStation. But on Xbox, I was good, but I wasn't like, you know, super worldly. Like, I knew I would play with like a group of dudes all the time. Like, there's probably a dozen or maybe like 20 at most of guys that I had, you know, either met through playing the game or like friends of friends, or like my friends met them and then they played all the time. So they played with me, then I was friends with them, like on the game anyways, and we'd play all the time. And I was like middle of the road, you know, I was like average for this group of guys that were all really good. But I hopped on PlayStation and I was like, I would just get nukes every game, literally every game. It was crazy. Just like the player base difference between Xbox and PlayStation was just insane. Pretty much what I'm getting at. A lot of stuff over here. Gotta check this Ogre though, that's for sure. Dang. Picked up all this stuff again. The jewel, we'll take it for crafting. Cool thing about cross-play is if you have Diablo on multiple consoles and you do giveaways or whatever, for grinding, you can get it off someone, give it to them on their console. Yeah, personally, I don't want to buy all those different versions of D2, but and all the consoles. But if somebody else, you know, I never wanted to try to make somebody transfer stuff for me. They canceled Scalebound, Daniel says. That ruined Xbox for you. Interesting. I never even heard of that game. So, but if it got canceled, I guess it never came out, which would be why I never heard of it. Dan, you got the Gears of War 3 Special Xbox 360. Legendary. Legendary. Yukon said he's sitting on the Halo 4 Special Edition Xbox 360. Gotcha. No, I just got a regular one. Wait, 360. Was the Xbox 360 the one that would get the Ring of Death all the time? I definitely had one Ring of Deather. And I ended up like fixing it myself. And then I thought I fixed it anyways by redoing the thermal paste and whatnot. And then it did it again, and then it did it again, and then I kept trying to fix it, and it kept like, it would do it more often. Yeah. Lady Fire, crazy that D4 has cross-platform, but D2R doesn't. I don't know about if it's crazy, but yeah, considering they were like at the same time coming out, I guess it kind of does. Kind of, sort of. Crazy, maybe, just in my opinion. I wouldn't say crazy, but it is kind of eyebrow raising, I guess we'll call it. Neo Geo was the last console you played? Yeah. Commodore 64 was the last one that I played. Been nothing but nothing but floppy disk games since then. You guys ever seen that one video when they were like showing kids? There's a YouTube video where they're showing kids things from like the 90s or whatever. And the kid's like, oh, cool, you 3D printed the save button. When they showed him, you know, the floppy disk or whatever. "3D printed the save button." So why are they going over there? Diablo 3 Special Edition Switch. Interesting. All right. Boy. That comes up. Obviously, I'm a Diablo channel, so it comes up. But man, The amount of disappointment I had when I pre-ordered Diablo 3 and then it came out. Man. Rough days. There's one thing though, I'm actually glad that I didn't play Diablo 2 when it launched, because going back and playing the original version of D2 now, like how bugged everything was, I wonder if I would just like permanently hate D2 if I played it from the day it came out. Because I've done it wasn't the literal day one version, but I still have my old disc from Diablo 2, and the actual disc that my Diablo 2 came with. So it came with the Diablo 2 disc and then the expansion disc. So, and then when you would log in online, it would fully update everything. But the original disc is the 1.03 patch, which was the patch that came out like 2 or 3 months after the game was released. So it fixed a lot of the most game-breaking bugs, but there's still a ton of bugs that are like game busted, like with different skills and stuff. I wonder what I would think of the game if I played it from day one, you know what I mean? Obviously, you can never, like, put the toothpaste back in the tube or, you know, erase your memory, but just wonder. You'll never really know, but... How rare is Amaras? They're kind of rare. I don't know what to... I mean... I'm not sure exactly what to say, you know? A little bit more rare than a Shaco, I guess? I've never looked up, like, the drop odds relative to other items, so... But that's just anecdotally from what I've seen in the past, I think. But I could just be wrong on that, too. I'm not sure. Would you have a hard time with all the D2 changes in the expansion for when you added the Druid and the Assassin, right? Yeah, I'd be the guy sitting there like, unbelievable, this is blasphemy. Maybe. Remember when the Barb was the best class? So yeah, when I started playing, Whirlwind was really good still, yeah. Yeah, everyone was using the Cruel Colossus Blades of Quickness and stuff when I first started, and didn't have the right weapon out there. Whoops. I feel like when I started playing, it wasn't the best class, but it was like really good though. Like a lot of people used it. Like Javazon and Nova Sork was like the goats. Multi-shot boa with the guided arrow. Umo, welcome in. Ben saying it's hard for him to accept the 1.10 changes. Was that when Enigma and stuff got added in? No, that was 1.13, right? The 1.10 was when was that when they rebalanced? No, that was 09, wasn't it? When they rebalanced they added the monster life or something, and then I don't remember exactly. Don't remember. Where they introduced synergies. Ah, gotcha, okay. Yeah, so I guess I would have started playing, I think it was the 09 patch, or the 08. No, it was 09 patch. 1.09. It confuses people too, because you say like, oh yeah, I started playing like 09, and people think you mean 2009, you know? Okay. Alright. Cyclone armor rocking and rolling here. Get out of here. So yeah, I think that would have been just before the synergies, and then synergies popped in and everything changed. I remember when the rune words first came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? This is crazy. Yeah. Yes, right when I started, yeah, so that's when you said they nerfed the cows. I do remember leveling in cows back in the day, yeah. when you'd get rushed all the way through the game. You didn't have to do anything in Act 3. Like, you didn't need any of the pieces to get past Act 3. You could just get rushed straight through the game. You'd be like level 1. You'd hop into Hell Cows, and you'd be like level 35 before the end of the first level. You know, in like a minute and a half. Maybe I'm exaggerating slightly, but you'd be like level 20 in a minute and a half. Jump into the next game, you'd be like level 30. Jump in the next game, you'd be like level 37. You know. Oh, so sorry, Puma, up a minute ago. I didn't catch the second half of your comment. Where to find high runes on single player that's not LK? If you're not going LK, single player is going to be no different than online. Then at that point, you're going to be Chaos Sanctuary, Arcane Sanctuary, Trav if you're a Trav enjoyer. So single player, if you don't go to Lower Cross, it's just wherever you like to go online to find runes as well. See, Ryan says his cousin and I, so him, first started playing D2 before LOD was released. He still only plays Classic. Nice. Yeah, I played a couple of times, like at a friend's house before the expansion came out. And then I bought the Battle Chest expansion stuff when it came out. Yeah, spam Frozen Orb. Yeah. Yep. A lot of stuff was different, but unsure if they like Spirit. Spy says if you like the addition of Spirit. Yeah, Spirit's got a lot of mixed. It is crazy powerful for how cheap it is, so it's hard to say exactly. For something like that, I just kind of refer to my anti-change guy take. It's been in the game for a couple of decades now. Is that really what, you know, what we want to change? It's been in the game significantly longer than it wasn't in the game, so. Into physical again. Bro. I need to find myself a Reaper's Toll already, I'll tell you that much. Got the 99 doing cows? Yeah, that's what people ask me, like, have you ever gotten a 99 in your whole life? Because, like, you know, 3,500 enhanced damage on a helmet and stuff like that. And, like, 400 all res and... Good old open BattleNet. Immune to physical, you would be. Right. Cursed Stone Skin, immune to physical. Double bum, double idiot. I mean, I might as well just save and exit. Seriously. Until the Rust Storm. I don't know if the Rust Storm really hit Open BattleNet. Because like I said, that was Open BattleNet stuff, so that was like from people's computers. But yeah, I did have Don't Tell Blizzard. I think Statute of Limitations ran out already, but I did have some white rings, some white gloves, X charms. Yeah. Did have that stuff. Don't tell the Blizzard devs though, they'll probably block me. They'll take away my CD key. And Leviathan, love seeing the Druid. Oh, with the Singer Barb. Hopefully you're enjoying that, and welcome in. Leviathan DK. Didn't you get a bone break today? I did, but it still is only like, it gets you to like 95% resistant to physical. Like, you might as well be immune. I need to find a Reaper's Toll. Somehow, I still have not found a Reaper's Toll here, so, on single player, but. Artist, why did, that must be you. Why do you keep asking me why I'm not playing in Polish? I don't know what that means. Like, not sure exactly, but. Yeah, 1/20th of the damage, I know, right? Rough. Got a Cham and a draw in 30 runs and Trav. And good luck. Congrats on that one. Congrats on the Enigma there, Leviathan. Yeah, a lot of immune to physicals. The thing is it's because I always notice when I run into an immune to physical. When you could be like, man, you run into a lot of immune to colds, but you don't even notice because they just get ripped out. Like, man, a lot of immune to lightnings here. But they just get attacked so easily. They just get destroyed so easily. It's not a big deal. Now they're immune to physical. These guys got low enough life that, like, the Hurricane can hit them out pretty good. Just a question. I don't know if it's you, but somebody asks me every single day how come I'm not playing in Polish. It's just like a weird question to get asked every day while streaming, you know what I mean? Not like offended, it's just a weird question to ask every single day. And I don't know if it's always the same person or not. Because, you know, there's hundreds of people that come in and out of stream all day. Just yesterday on a few different videos. Gotcha. You're just in the mood to ask the question. I guess I got you. Gotcha. All Rosh's tombs. I don't know. I'm not really much of a... I know this is going to be blasphemy for me to suggest this. I already know it, but I'm not much of a Tal Rosh's Tombs enjoyer, to be honest. Maybe I'll go scope it out, though. Maybe I'll change my mind, because usually I'm not too much of a Chaos enjoyer nowadays, but I've actually been enjoying it more so with the Wind Druid than usual. For some reason. I can't even really explain why. Yeah, maybe we'll go give her a whirl. Maybe Ox. Could be. Oh, Lady Fyra. So they asked about it in one of those surveys back in the day. Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot about those, actually. Let's see. I could always spam farm Duriel, huh? Go get my Scorcerus and spam farm Duriel. I don't really know. Is Duriel's drops when terrorized kind of similar to Mephisto and Andariel? I don't even know. They gotta be worse because of all those town portals that always drop, huh? Gotta be. I would think. But if you're gonna farm Duriel, you should probably do it when he's terrorized, huh? Uh-oh. Sorry, not a sneeze come up out of nowheres. Yeah, it's not going too bad. We got the Cure Helm on too, so it'll get rid of the poison and kind of, you know. You know what I should do pretty soon? And maybe I will do this. Because you get so many shards nowadays, I could do like non-stop terrorized tombs and stuff like that. With certain builds, if I wanted to. Using a bone break, no. I don't have stuff to get good minus res for it, so it's not even really worth it. And the bone break I have, I don't even know, I haven't made too many of them, so I'd have to double check. I'm not sure if they can come with minus physical res on them, but either way, the bone break I have has plus, or it has an enhanced damage on it, which enhanced damage I don't. Unless I'm just completely off base here, enhanced damage would not help the physical damage of Tornado at all. Get away, get away! Too slow. We'll keep going though. He's halfway, might as well get it. A World 3 shard? So one of the shards for Act 3, you're saying? Gotcha, you just can't get the right shard to drop, it sounds like, huh? No good. And also, let me go do this real quick. I did find another one today, and I was gonna cube it, and I never did. Can somebody, do you guys know offhand? I'll just look it up real quick, actually. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'll look up real quick in a second what I need to cube this up. So, how to renew a latent bone break. Where's the button? Oh, this one. D2R Arena of the Warlock. What do I need to renew a latent bone break? We need a amethyst, a pull rune, and a northern shard. Northern, a pull rune. According to AI. Let's see how right AI is, okay? And let's see what we can get on this one, huh? Any good? I just said how I didn't have one that had minus on it, so there we go, I guess. Minus. So they're not rolled perfect, but yeah, it's got the minus and it has the magic find. Sick. I think I'm gonna throw this on right now, actually. Yeah, I'm happy about that. That's pretty cool. I don't know exactly how they roll. 8 would seem like an odd number for it to roll up to, so. Let me look up. Oh, you could look in, I forgot you could look in the, whatchamacallit, but. Chronicle. It goes. Oh, it's 25 on the magic find. Why does this not show what the minus res can roll to? Not sure why. Let me just look in the Chronicle real quick. Chronicle, accessories, charms. Oh, wait. It doesn't show the renewed ones in here? Bro. Really? Okay, well, never mind. 10 is max. I thought 10 was max. I was like, there's no way it's 8. So 25 is the max on the magic find. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll slap that sucker on there, huh? Cool, cool, cool. Oh yeah, it's in the cube. That could help us out a little bit. Especially against stuff that's immune to physical, huh? Not too bad of a roll. Yeah. Not too shabby. These guys are immune to physical, but they're already pretty weak, and already the cold damage already does a lot to them. So, ooh, I was like trying to run away so I could not get mana burned. That's all right. Did you ever find Ethereal Templars? Yeah. I found 2 Ethereal Templars before I found Tyrell's Might on my original Holy Grail before Reign of the Warlock came out. Oh gosh. Which I don't remember exactly how much more rare, but Ethereal Templars is more rare than Tyrell's Might. So, boy, this particular room is annoying me. Yeah, and I found 2 of them. Should be illegal, but get rid of the champs first, and we'll be good to go. First cranium basher this morning, nice. S tier item name right there, by the way, for sure. Okay. Level 87 already. There we go. Yeah, not the greatest build for in here with these ghosts all the time, but there's not a bigger group of ghosts. I think I'm just going to start skipping them. I mean, 3, is that a big enough? Why not? Do you go P1 for runes and keys or P7 when farming? So the Countess, you're saying? I always do the Countess on players 1. I've ran it on higher players count trying to get more keys, and it's just anecdotal, of course. I know that it says the odds are better, blah, blah, blah. But straight up, I feel like I don't get any more keys when I do higher players count. So I essentially always do them on P1. Unless there would be some reason. There's been a couple of occasions where I turned it up for a little bit, you know, but like, essentially, if there's literally no rune I can get from them that I want, you know. Like, towards the end of my last Holy Grail, I still had no Javazon Torch, or no Amazon Torch, I mean. So I was like, I don't even care about these runes. I literally have, like, 5 Jaws sitting on a mule that I haven't used yet. Like, I have, like, you know, I was literally cubing together Ohm runes and stuff like that because I had too many high runes. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I don't want any of these runes. I just want to get an Amazon Torch. And it took me like 40 or 50 tries to get an Amazon Torch. So I had to keep farming more keys. Like, it was so miserable. So miserable. But yeah. Well, here comes a tier 2er, huh? Right? Oh gosh. This could be a problem. Probably just skip him, to be honest. Okay. Let's go buff these up. Here, let's see. Serene Nature says you're echoing Strike Warlock, but thinking about switching to Nova. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, we're on players 3 at the moment. Yeah, yep. So not super high, not super low. The Goldilocks zone, I feel, anyways. Especially if you're sub perfect gear. Pretty nice with P3. Yeah, Wind Druid is, you can do the higher players counts, but also even with perfect gear, I kind of just, you know, it depends how try-hardy you want to be and whatnot. It is a good casually farming through on players 3 type of build, even with the better stuff. I wouldn't want to see any uniques reworked at all, question mark? No, not really. The upside for giving characters even more power is not, like, making the game even easier, I don't think is good, personally. There absolutely are uniques and stuff and sets that are, like, useless, but I don't think we need more items in the game making characters even more powerful than they already are. And every time you adjust something up and make it more powerful than it was before is another opportunity for another Mosaic Assassin, so. But also just in general. Like the Warlock, every build on the Warlock is like one of the most powerful characters in the game. So people are like playing it, but like everything that you change, if you don't make it the most powerful thing, the new most powerful thing in the game, then nobody's going to play it, you know? And by nobody, I know, you know. You know what I mean by nobody. Essentially nobody. I would rather them delete the items that aren't used in the game than change them and buff them up to make the game even easier and to make every build more powerful than it is right now. I'd rather the items just get deleted, to be honest. Like, intentionally begging for more power creep into the game is, I just don't think that's a great idea, I guess is how I will word it. Windy, a bulk build? Like a tank, you're saying? Kinda, yeah. A lot of life. Survivability with the thing I'm not using. Wind, what was that called again? Cyclone armor. Like wind shield? What's this called? It's not called a wind shield. Why isn't it called windshield? It should be called a windshield. It should be. So you don't like when the devs nerf something or are afraid to let you be strong. I mean, it sounds like you want to play Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, so the thing is if you want builds to be like putting out 7 trillion damage and stuff, there's already Diablo 4, you know, like there's no reason to take a game, you know, the people that still are playing Diablo 2 and they play it all the time and they love Diablo 2, not exclusively, but a lot are people that don't like that, you know, so I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, if people like that, they can go play Diablo 4, and if people like Diablo 3, they can go play Diablo 3, and if people like a game more like Diablo 2 that's, you know, more difficult and they restrain your power so you're not just like from day one just blasting everything, you know, just that's what I think. Smart Enough says the damage numbers in D3 and 4 don't even make sense anymore. Yeah, I don't know why they make the numbers so big anyways. Why don't they just take it and then just like chop some zeros off the end and call it a day on the numbers, just so they don't look so ridiculous? You know, like literally the life totals on all the monsters, the damage totals. Why don't they just like take a bunch of digits off the end and then make the numbers look like sane numbers? 2 sockets. I mean, I could make a sick ethereal stealth. What is it? Is there like a stone or something? Diamond mail would be a neat thing to put it in. It would be like unusual. Isn't it like Neph or something? Bigger numbers equals more fun. True story. Hashtag facts. I feel like there's something 2-socketed I can make in that. Not that I'd probably ever use it, but maybe we'll keep it. A sick Merc stealth. Yeah, I gotta look at... I think an Natalia's set is one that's just, like, worthless, right? I feel like every gear piece on Natalia's, if I remember correctly, all the gear pieces, they're all for, like, a different type of build. If I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, though. Neph is smoke. Yeah, I thought so. Or what's stone? Is that Lum tier or something? I don't remember. There's one of them that's 2 sockets that has like 300% enhanced defense or something. I think smoke was like 50 all res was the big thing on that, and for cheap. I don't remember. Oh, is it 4-socketed? No, can't be. Phil wouldn't remember something wrong like that. Letting Whirlwind be able to proc amp. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Let's hop back down real quick. Stone's 4. You guys don't know what you're talking about. There's no way I could ever be wrong, so. There's no way I'd possibly ever slightly remember wrong. Nope, nope, nope. So is it just stone? Let me look at the list here. What reasonable ethereal rune word could we go with? Type. Body armor. Nephilim for smoke. That's about it, huh? I thought there was another one. Prudence? No, I mean... Let's have repair durability on it. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that, huh? 170 with repair durability. Nothing else really on it to help you, though. Magic damage reduced. By 17. Helmets. I'm looking, sometimes they'll have ones down here that are like this. Kind of behind me, but that has multiple things listed and it'll be body armor at the end or something. What I'm just trying to see if I'm forgetting about something. Fortitude, never heard of that one. Guess I'm not really forgetting about anything. Look at Grimoire. Or Grimory, I mean. Missiles. Yeah, it must just smoke is the only one really, huh? Yeah, or prudence. Prudence, yeah. Maybe we'll do that someday. We'll hang on to it anyways. I don't know. I don't think I've ever made prudence before. Mal tier. I don't think I ever have. Why not? One day. Two burn and call it a day. That'd probably be better, wouldn't it? I think I'm gonna double Zod it, really. Double Zod. Ooh. What do I want to find? You know what? I don't think I've found a High Lords yet. Why is nothing getting taken out? Oh boy, Harold. Let's ID this first. Come on, High Lords! Oh. Yeah. Let's see what Harold wants. I keep missing. This guy shouldn't be too hard, so we'll take him out. Why not? Oh, look at all these bums over here. I was like, is somebody resurrecting these guys? They sure were. Favorite class that I played the least? I mean, I don't know. Kind of an odd question, I guess. I don't think I have an answer to that. Favorite character I play the least. If I liked him more, then I'd play him more, I guess. I don't know. I guess the best answer I could throw at that is Ancient Ka. Maybe the Necromancer, but that's just because the Poison Necro is just... It's so much better with D-Web, but then also it's so hard to get a D-Web, so maybe I would play it more if D-Web was easier to get. But, yeah. Why are you sweet? Just how it goes. If you're, I don't know if you're joking or not, but if you're just asking about the nickname, where it came from, it's an old nickname from high school that I just, when I made my YouTube channel, I was like, what am I gonna make this of? And when I say old nickname from high school, I mean from the city where I grew up, everybody called me Sweet Phil. Everybody's parents called me Sweet Phil. If my friends were around, my parents would call me Sweet Phil. So. Yeah. Did I miss? This is a really big tomb to not be the real one. Guess it's not. Usually the tombs aren't this big when they're not the one with what's his name in it. What if I just did good things so they call me Sweet Phil? Right. No, actually, how it originally started is that I used to say sweet all the time. You know, I don't know. Someone would do something, I'd be like, oh, that was a sweet shot, or that's sweet, or like that song's sweet, or you know, whatever. And then the older kids in some of the classes started making fun of me. Be like, Phil, you're so sweet, sweet Phil, sweet. It's a sweet Phil. He says sweet all the time, sweet Phil. And then I just, that was just my nickname from then on out. And then the younger kids never knew that, like, they didn't realize that they were calling me Sweet Phil to make fun of me, because it's not really a negative nickname. And I just like I just stole it. Pretty much. I took it back. Dim vision charges. Let's go. Yeah, it's definitely not the worst nickname. Ah, it's funny how many, I never noticed those when I was a kid, but how many glitch spots there are like this in the game. I guess now that you're kind of going in different areas more often, maybe. Like the stream, you middle-aged men, says Serene Nature. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button for me. Middle-aged men, young men, the ladies out there in chat, the ladies watching the stream. Are you playing WoW? I don't think so. Am I? Do Terrai Super Uniques drop more than 2 items? Let's find out. Oh, one of them got filtered out. But no, the answer is no. So when they're terrorized, it just raises their level so they can drop anything in the game. Because usually in the Tal Rasha's tombs, like these guys, these are actually still terrorized. Because you can see their name up there. Usually they're not high enough level to drop like Tyrell's Might, for example. Everyone knows that's rare and can only drop from the highest level uniques, you know, stuff like that, over TC87, you know, items, so from the 87 monsters. So when they're terrorized at a high level, they can drop everything in the game, all the uniques in the game. They don't actually drop like more items. T-Bone saying the 80% of Phil's viewers that are ladies is what you mean? Yeah. Yeah, 80% of my viewers are actually women, which is, it shocked me the other day when I found that out. True story. If you ever heard differently, it's fake. Rush Shocket running? Easy Thrush Shocket. Uh-oh. Maybe not the best idea I've ever had. To get a Dole Rune. Well worth it. Well worth it. Could run the pits of Acheron, or whatever, however you pronounce that one. Acheon. Oh, it is Acheron. Never mind. I don't know why I thought I was pronouncing it wrong. I do like a Thresh Socket, but yeah, I'd have to spam up the right map, and I don't have a Reaper's Toll. It'd be so much faster with the Reaper's Toll. So much faster. Maybe we'll just go back to the Chaos Sanctuary for a little bit. Or how about we go back to the pits, maybe? There's Zod runes in the pits of Acheron. I know, right? There could be. There could be, allegedly. Get back here. Whoopsie. Need to get myself some more skillers here. Asking you shall receive. Come on. Come on. I mean, technically, I don't know if I'm ever going to be a gold finder on single player here, but maybe I'll keep some. Oh, Ben up here a minute ago didn't see it for a second for some reason, but said he found his first D-Web the other day. One skill minus 44? One skill, huh? That's unfortunate. D-Web is sick, though. Should you try Poison Necro? I mean, Poison Necro is nasty, so should you try it? I guess? But, you know, I mean, should you try it? Tough question to answer for somebody else. What do I have on the Merc? So I'm rocking Insight Cure with the Prayer Mercenary, like you would with an Energy Shield Nova Sorceress. I kind of would want Reaper's Toll, but the thing you could do too is like, I don't have two SOJs. I got two SOJs would help instead of a BK there. And then you honestly, like, do I need 4,000 life? Like, you could take some of these points and put them in energy. I know it's frowned upon in Diablo 2 here, but you could go like a 60-40 vitality to energy split instead of all into vitality. That could help you out if you're not using an insight. I would probably like, I actually have not found a Reaper's Toll yet, is why I'm not using one, so. Haven't found one yet. But yeah, you could just use a potion once in a while too. That's of course, you know, of course, an option as well. Let's see. That charm was perfect. Talking about the gold find one. Yeah, but there's not a lot of motivation to do gold finding on single player. You know, like the circlets in general that you would gamble for gold finding, or like you don't use them on offline single player, right? I would never, anyways. Like, I don't know how crazy the circlet or dynam or whatever would have to be for me to use it over a Shaco, or to use it over a Griffin's, or to, you know, like. Oh my gosh. It's not even close to, like, voting season right now, the midterms, and I'm just getting blown up. My phone just is exploding with all these different packs calling me and stuff, and hey, we're this so-and-so action committee, blah, 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 blah. Don't you want to protect? I'm like, oh, stop texting me. Oh my God. Stop calling me. That's when you live in one of these swing states like Michigan. Like, who answers those calls and it's like, oh, really? Yeah, okay. I didn't know I should vote for this guy. Okay. God. Yeah, swing states, lots of money pumped into them. It's crazy too, depending on the swing state, the different rules they have. So I guess in Arizona, which is another swing state, they're allowed to put like signs anywhere. Like those like 6-foot long signs with like 2 metal stakes that are like, they're like 3 by 6 feet or whatever they are. I don't know the actual dimensions, but those signs are everywhere in Arizona. We went to Arizona a few different times because my wife's got some family there. It's insane. They're everywhere. In Michigan, they don't have those everywhere. There's some signs around and stuff. I don't know the actual rules and the laws on it. Maybe it's just because Michigan is so much more spread out. But they are... What did I... Oh. Those signs are everywhere in Arizona. But in Michigan, oh my gosh, just... I go to get my mail and it's like a big handful of stuff like this. That's all like leaflets and stuff from like, vote for this person, blah, blah, blah. Didn't you know the other side's pure evil? And you're just like, oh my God. Ah. Iowa real bad, yeah. And it is true, all old people. This is true. People who get swayed by that. Oh, I didn't know that person killed 37 people. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know how they can just post all these lies and stuff and send them out to people too. It's crazy. But BGL Puppy says, you know, some people like immunities, but you feel that they're real bad. No. They should definitely be in the game. Keep the challenge up. That way you have to actually have, you know, a challenge. You have to think about what you're doing. You don't just pump all your points into one skill on a playthrough and call it a day. When you want to go out and magic find and farm, you have to decide where you go that's going to be good for you, the build that you decide you want to do the way you built it, you know? The reason that immunities feel bad is because they added in terror zones, which are bad for the game in general. I do them sometimes, but a lot of times I steer clear of them too. But in general, they really, terror zones is what is a problem for Diablo 2. Having one spot that they try to push people into, they try to funnel people into farming only that area, is always going to be bad for D2 because it's never been that kind of game. Running like rifts is not a Diablo 2 thing, you know, but that's just my take, you know, each their own. Ray said you get calls like that all the time too, very annoying. Yeah, that's what I keep looking down at my phone. I got another text, another missed call. They always want me, and they call too all the time. Hey, we got a quick survey for you, and then click, you know. Obviously my phone doesn't click, but you know, I'm an old man, so if I say hang up the phone, I say click. Immunities, Smart Enough says immunities make you play with other people online, so they take care of one immunity, you take care of the other type of situation. That is one reason, yeah. This is true. Incentivize group play. Serene nature. Family's got lake house near Jackson, it sounds like you said, huh? Nice. Agitator. Immunities make hardcore scary and fun. Yeah. You know what? That's what they should do. Remove hardcore. I don't like it, so it should be removed. No, I'm joking. Yeah, hardcore I will never understand, personally. Hardcore is like... Hardcore is the base jumping of Diablo 2, pretty much. When a regular thrill just isn't enough of a thrill for you, you have to risk it all. I feel like hardcore players are the people that walk into the casino and put $1,000 on black. They get their paycheck and then they walk into a casino, put it all on black. And then if they lose, they're just like, "Oh man, that stinks," and they just leave. You know, they aren't even really mad about it. They're just like, "Man, dang it." They're not like, "Oh my god, how am I gonna pay my mortgage?" They're like, "Oh shucks, I guess I can work and make more money next week." I don't like you. You should be removed from the game. Exactly, though. Yeah. $313, huh? Let me double check. Where are we at? We got 125 Slayers on YouTube, another 70 on Twitch. Appreciate y'all joining me. And we only have 95 likes. Bro. So there's been 1,485 people who have clicked on the stream and watched it for a period of time today, and only 95 like buttons have been clicked on YouTube. I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives over here, but hit the like button. Am I right? Serene Nature said hardcore players can get so mad when they die, but like, you signed up for this. I mean, it would be tragic to die in hardcore, but like, you are right. Like, you did sign up for it. That'd be like, it's like drinking like an entire fifth of like bottom shelf whiskey and then being mad you have a hangover the next day. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? You know, like, let me check this. Like the $4.99 whiskey at the bottom shelf, you know. Whole fifth, drink the whole thing in like 2 hours. Mad you got a hangover the next day. Huh. You know what I was just thinking? I wonder if these shards are going to keep dropping so fast, like at this pace. Because I was thinking what I could do is, if I get these maxed out, they're not even close to maxed out actually, but they're getting up there. I was going to say I could spam farm, I could use the shards to just like spam farm terrorized areas with like an item find barb. I could just do Act 1. Well, no, that wouldn't matter. But I was going to say, like, terrorize Thresh Socket. I could just do... I wonder what, because, like, terrorized, like, in Act 2, Beetle Burst can be right next to the waypoint. I could spam farm TZ Beetle Burst with an item find Zerker and just, like, pow, item find out. Boom, item find out. And I could do, like, hundreds of, like, super uniques terrorized in a row. But I feel like that'd be kind of a waste. Especially since, like, Act 2, you have, like... It'd be better off terrorizing Act 2 and just doing all the Tal's Tombs and dipping. Act 3, I'd probably do... I don't know. TZ Trav, TZ Meph reset. TZ Trav, TZ Meph reset. Probably like TZ Trav, the Council down by Mephisto reset. That'd be a pretty nasty run. Act 1 would be like... Can't think of a good... Because there's obviously the pits, but the pits and terrorized with an item find barb and the pits regularly are kind of the same, right? Kind of. Xenotix swapped to YouTube with the like button. Nice. Appreciate you. Once distilled potato water for $10. Is that going to give me a hangover? It might. It might. Can't promise you anything. Smart Up said he's done so many bail runs when he gets one tapped by some random soul off screen on hardcore. That's rough. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Hey, we're over 100 likes now, so at least I'm happy with that, I guess. Appreciate y'all. Serene Nature said you've been trying to find a way to maximize those shards on single player. Yeah, especially right now with heralds not really being worth farming. Like, yeah, it's a reasonable way if you're out there doing the terror zones to level, you know, with the high level monsters or whatever. Sure, it's good to go out there and you know maybe you might as well take out the heralds if you can do them real good because they're 1 in 50 to get a Sunder Charm. But outside of that, there's not much of a reason to do them. Kind of, sorta. Bone wand. Actually, some of these lower level items. Okay, I was just checking. I keep thinking like, did I ever ID one of those, or do I just keep looking at them and leaving them? Sure. If we get to 666 likes before I hop off stream today, I'll play non-stop until I get. I'll do a hardcore playthrough non-stop until I beat the game. And if I die, I have to restart, and I can't get off until I beat the entire game on hardcore. All in one sitting. Unless somebody cheats and gets a bunch of bots or something. I probably shouldn't promise things that I'm not going to do, so I unpromise that. But it's not going to happen, and I'm going to stream for like another 5 minutes, so. Take back everything I said. Lil Zipper. I mean, it's one in 50 off of the tier 5s. I think it is 4 and 5, but I don't remember for sure. So I found my first 3 Sunder Charms off of only Heralds. The thing is if you don't farm Heralds, you're not going to find any Sunder Charms off Heralds. And if you farm everything else, you're going to find Sunder Charms off of those monsters, right? So I did get several off of Act Bosses now. I think I've gotten 4 now off of Heralds and 4 off of Act Bosses. I think. It's roughly those numbers, and either way. So the tier 1 and 2 Heralds, I believe, are 1 in 100 of those particular tier Heralds. And then, yeah. But there's obviously anecdotal, like, that's averages, so you could do 700 Heralds and not get a single Sunder Charm. Somebody could do 5 Heralds and get 6 Sunder Charms because they got 2 Sunders off of 1 Herald, you know what I mean? So, yeah. There is always that kind of crazy, you know, the llama running, Mr. Llama running Nightmare Andy 6,000 times to get 1 SOJ. Okay. Not terrible. A decent max damage charm if I want to use that for maybe when we go after Colossal Ancients here a little bit. Maybe. Not too bad. Yeah, I mean, if you get unlucky, they do seem pointless, I suppose. But in general, if you're not if you're not kind of in my opinion, I guess, if you're not already doing the terror zones no matter what, and you can take out the heralds no problem, I mean, you might as well try to get Sunder Charm. It sounds like you got insanely unlucky, and you have been, but it is what it is. Top 3 MF builds. Boy, MF. I mean, I love the Nova Sorceress, even though you don't really stack super high MF, but I feel like it clears so fast that it's awesome. I don't know. Singer Barb, I love the Singer Barb because you don't have to aim and you got item find. And then, I don't know. I don't know what after that. But yeah, looking at the time here, I'm going to go ahead and hop off a stream now. I do appreciate y'all joining a bunch. It means a lot. Thank for anybody that re-upped their memberships today. We had a couple little super chats and memberships and stuff like that. Because all y'all, you make it possible, supporting the channel, make it possible for me to keep streaming and making videos here on YouTube and stuff. So thank you all so much for that. But I'm hopping out. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys get super lucky in Diablo 2. Find those D-webs, find those jaws and stuff. Peace out. And don't forget, keep slaying. Oh yeah.